So if you have not heard, Don't Look Up is up for like a bunch of Oscars. Heck, my wife and I saw the movie and was like, yep, people are going to eat this up and love it.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good.
The entire movie is a whimsical play on the power of social media and how politics can even prevent us from doing what's needed to survive. I had a bunch of quick laughs, but one of the funniest moments for me was this one.
The president just texted me. Don't trip. It's all good. Don't trip.
What's most funny and sad about this scene is that at that moment, the crowd had a chance to experience how the president and her son really felt about them. In the end, this movie shows us the power of greed and how those in power have a greater responsibility to use that power appropriately before it's too late. Welcome to Moral Decisions, where we analyze decisions made by various characters in popular movies and decide if they made the best decision and why. Also, please hit that like button and subscribe if you like this type of content. Alright everybody, let's get started. In today's video, we will provide a quick synopsis of the movie and seek to prove to you that Kate Dibiaski and Dr. Randall did not do everything needed to save the world, and that they should be equally blamed for the world's demise. Now, some of you are probably thinking to yourself, of course they did everything they could. But I challenge this point. In order to prove my claim, let's analyze their behaviors, actions, and decisions. Now, let's be clear. I am not saying that Dr. Dibiaski and Dr. Randall did not try and were not good people. But one must wonder if they made mistakes. Before I begin, know that I'm going to spoil the heck out this movie. So if you have not seen it, then you've been warned. Let's take a moment to analyze a very critical scene at the end of the movie. In this scene, we hear Dr. Randall make a statement that could be phrased as a question, but also a statement.
The thing of it is, we really did have everything, didn't we?
Well, Dr. Randall, let's answer that question. Dr. Randall at the start of the movie calculates that a large asteroid that they call Dibiaski, which is hilarious by the way, will crash to the Earth in 6 months. This collision is large enough to cause a planet-wide extinction event. Kate Dibiaski, a Michigan State University PhD candidate doing work with the Subaru telescope, discovers the comet. It's at this point that we start seeing the problem. Accompanied by NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office head, Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, Dibiaski and Mindy present their findings to the White House, but are met with apathy from President Orlean and her son, Chief of Staff Jason Orlean. Throughout the movie, they attempt to warn people about the comet. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. In this world, it's clear that President Orlean is a low morale individual. I mean, she is a trash individual. The president is about to appoint a known porn star to a critical political seat and even hired her son as a chief of staff. And I know those who saw this movie can agree, but let's get a taste of what type of president she was.
So basically, what you're saying is you're about to lose the midterms because you got caught sending pictures of your cooch to your porn star sheriff boyfriend. So now it's to your advantage to act on the comet. Right.
She even left her son to die. She pretended to go to the bathroom and left the only person who stayed by her side from the beginning. But I think this is an extremely important point when we start looking at Dr. Randall's decision and Kate Dibiaski's decision. First, scheduling a meeting like that without first creating a plan was their first mistake. Robert Greene once said that your greatest power in seduction is your ability to turn away to make others come after you. The entire time, the protagonists were constantly seeking something from the president, but it wasn't until the situation benefited the president that she moved to action. Like, at the end of the day, we have to understand, in this world, this is not the first time that they've seen this president act and move. This is a low morale individual. So to go into a situation like that, and to go in there unprepared, and seeking to assume that this person is going to take the high ground was their biggest mistake. Why not take the time to discuss a plan or pivot when they recognized that the conversation was not going in the direction that it needed to? Let's watch a quick clip of this so you can kind of get an understanding of what took place.
Let's bottom line this. What is this going to cost me? You know, what's the ask here? When are the midterms?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So if this breaks before then, we lose Congress. And then there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
It'll be gridlocked.
The timing is just, it's atrocious.
I mean, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, like this is ridiculous. I mean, know your audience. What's most absurd about the movie was that the president and the people around them actually stayed true to their character. They were kids. And at the end of the day, one of the things that we have to realize is that there's a difference between an adult and a child. And at the end of the day, President Orlean was an adult baby, and making a decision to allow the world to potentially be destroyed, even after the science was proven, says a lot. Now, this gets to my second point, that Dr. Randall and Dibiaski allowed pride to get in their way. Now, some of you are probably thinking to yourself, they were prideful? And I argue, yes. Let me explain. The adjective definition of the word pride is a person who's thinking too highly of oneself, conceited, arrogant, or overconfident. Throughout the entire movie, we see evidence of Dr. Randall and Dibiaski demonstrating their pride. For example, speaking to others in a way that gave off the impression that they were both stupid and less than. Let's see an example of this actual situation.
We're trying to tell you that the entire planet is about to be destroyed.
Okay. Well, it's, just something we do around here. We just keep the bad news light.
Right, it helps the medicine go down. And speaking of medicine, tomorrow we've got a
Well, maybe the destruction of the entire planet isn't supposed to be fun. Maybe it's supposed to be terrifying.
Or, let's take a look at this scene right here.
I have news for you. It's already a complete disaster. They're talking about letting a comet the size of a mountain hit the planet to jack up a cell phone company's stock.
Dr. Dibiaski's pride and arrogance prevented her from being able to not only share a message, but also save the world. Dr. Randall's Mindy's example of pride and arrogance was more of a constant theme throughout the movie. Dr. Randall, as a result of his TV appearance, becomes an international celebrity and the primary media messenger about the comet. He gets praised and loses his way. I mean, when you sit back and think about the time frame of what took place, this was probably 3 to 4 months of Dr. Randall just playing into this role. He ultimately becomes a tool and ends up ditching his wife and kids. Heck, Randall eventually changed his perspective and returned back to his wife and family, but it wasn't until he realized that the world was going to end that he actually tried to make amends. So in my honest opinion, Kate Dibiaski and Dr. Randall did not do everything needed to save the world. Rather, they allowed themselves to be prideful. And as a direct result of this pride, it led to the destruction of the world in that movie. So what are your thoughts? What would you do and how would you handle this situation? Please hit that like button and subscribe, and thanks for watching.